What is up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take. I got with me Andre, the game idea guy.
Yo, people. I know I'm not normal, but hey, whatever.
Well, if you paid attention to our last fresh take, we discussed doing one where we would talk about Fire Emblem and how that could actually work as a TV series or series in TV series basically. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about it from the standpoint of what we would like to see if it was animated, and what we would like to see if it was actual live action, because this is one of the few ones I think could actually work live action if done in a certain way.
And they got people that actually look like the characters.
Yeah.
No, you know, when they do live action, they sometimes take liberties where people don't look like the character they should be. So I'm get them as close as possible.
At least attempt. God damn it. We know in Fire Emblem they do have a little more of the fantastical elements, but at least pretend like you want to try to get some of these people right. But we're gonna start off with the animated side of this.
Yeah, because that's the easier portion of this, honestly.
Yeah, this is the easiest. That's why we're doing this one first, because it's just easier to do. Because I actually like how they do their cutscenes in the games. They have a cell shade mixed with CGI. It looks kind of like those Appleseed Ex Machina and some of the stuff from the Halo animated collection.
Yeah. Yep.
I like that look, that visual look.
It does. It looks nice, and it kind of seems lifelike at the same time because of how smooth it is.
Yeah, and plus the way they do their artwork, the artwork would be. I think the artwork ain't gonna be the problem.
Nah.
The artwork would never be the problem, because they got some talented artists on that Fire Emblem, on the Fire Emblem series. I'm not even on front. Like even Fire Emblem Heroes, when they do those
oh man,
close-up shots and those specials, man, that artwork be banging for a mobile game.
Yes, it does.
So I think artwork style, it wouldn't be a problem. Now, if you were saying, okay, we want to do this animated, for argument's sake, let's just say this is going to be on Netflix or Hulu, a binging service, basically. It's not going to be on regular TV, so you can take a little bit more liberties with it.
Yes,
as far as maturity level. Andre, where would you go with this? Would you go like full maturity level, or would you like stop and say like TV 14 or something like that? The rating of it.
Part of me wants to say I'd stop at TV 14, but then I feel like I'm cutting people out of something that they could really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably just go full on mature rating for it, just straight up. Go ahead, and we're going to see some nipple slips and some other stuff, but that's not what the story is about. It's just going to happen in the background, and you're going to take notice.
Now, the reason why I asked, I can see some eyes rolling right now. The reason why I'm asking is because during the course of the games, there's a lot of betrayal, a lot of, story elements that are reminiscent of a certain popular HBO show right now.
Yeah, and this game has been around for a couple decades before that show happened.
Yeah, and they were doing it way before then. It was just in game form.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, there will be a lot of like political, I guess you'd say political intrigue or whatever, and assassinations, of course, but they'll do it in a fantastical way, because let's just say you have dragons in this game.
Yes,
and dragons,
and these dragons can blend in with people.
Yeah,
and
yeah, and some of the actual kings in here are just straight up jacked up in the head. Like what is it, Fates? The king of North. That dude was crazy. That dude was cray. So
there's several of them that are just murderers, straight out barbarians for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, and they don't even try to hide it.
Which makes me wonder why this series took so long to get popular.
Yeah,
like you mean to tell me I can ransack a kingdom and murder somebody and take everything over? Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, because the way the stories are set up in this game, you always have that one king that's straight up like, I hate to say it like this, but he don't give a cuff.
Yeah, you don't
You
care
just
about nobody.
don't. Like, you in the way, you get crushed.
Don't matter if you friend, foe, family. He don't care. He gonna run through you with his blade and keep it moving.
And keep it moving. And kidnap your child, probably. But am I lying though?
No. Fate's kind of told everybody that.
Yeah. I mean, invited the dude over, killed him in the street, and took his kid. I'm like, God dang, bro. The hell wrong with you?
Then on top of that, I took his wife last night.
Like, bro, bring it down with your evil.
They were like, man, y'all know no bounds with this stuff.
Yeah. So that's why, in all honesty, I think it will probably work. I would like to see it animated just because I love that animated style. So to see it done in that way with the way their stories go. Now, how would you do it? Would you do like a season per? Would you do a brand new story, or would you do like a game and then make a season based off that game? How would you do it?
I would probably do it, but I don't think you'd be able to wrap up any game in one season. I think it might take 2 or 3 of them. With Fates, it might take 5.
Well, okay. Let me brandish the question like this: depending on the game, how would you do it? Because some games shouldn't take, like the one, the Binding Blade with Roy shouldn't take.
That should be like one season.
Yeah,
that I think should be one season because that's kind of short. But yeah. I'm trying to think about the one the lead up to that where you got Elwood, his father.
Yeah.
I would consider that 2 seasons for whatever those 2 things are, but yeah, 1 per arc for them.
Okay, because the reason why we have to go like this, people, is because like in those games you have kids, so they kind of not blend together.
Yeah.
Each story is kind of a standalone, but each story also isn't a standalone. It's kind of confusing.
They're contained situations, but they're all part of a bigger picture.
Yeah. So, yeah, and you're right. The last one, Fates, probably would be like 3 or 4 seasons, from what I understand of the story. I didn't play that game personally, but from what I've been told of that story, it would last a while. And I'm thinking, because me personally, I think like you could probably get away with like 13 episode seasons, I'm guessing.
Somewhere between 13 and 16, yeah.
Now I wouldn't do like the conventional 23 minutes for this series. I'd probably go about an hour.
You are required an hour per show. There's no way in the world you're gonna do this in a half hour.
Yeah, I'm just because normally when it's animated, they usually try to do it in 23 minutes. Don't think that's gonna work.
No. With this, you want to get to know all the individual characters. You want to get to know what they have to go through. That ain't happening in half an hour.
Yeah, so that will probably go more along the lines of an hour, 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
For 16 episodes a season. I can see that. I can see that working. Now, there are people have like their fan favorite people and all that. You know, they did do an OVA back in Japan because I remember seeing the first 2 episodes of it that dealt with Marth.
You talking about the one with Marth, yeah.
Yeah, because Marth had 2 different Mars in it.
Kind of like that was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Yeah,
no way around. Yeah, like Mars. Let's name him Mars. Like no.
Yeah.
Mars.
But that story was actually pretty messed up because he got betrayed on the battlefield.
Yeah,
and they kind of left him for dead, and he just didn't die.
See, that just show you how thorough he is for a pretty boy.
Yeah, because you would think he can't, and they actually addressed that in the OVA. They
thought he couldn't fight.
Yeah, they literally thought he couldn't fight. They thought he was just this. They thought the prince was just this effeminate dude that didn't know. They didn't know Daddy had been training him off to the side. And
they let him loose. Once he got let loose, that was it for everybody else.
Yeah. Which I always found it to be interesting that's why he called the hero how they played that up. But I would like to see that one done as well. Personally.
I think if anything, that should be the first one done.
Yeah.
To be honest, like unless they want to do them all, like figure out the chronological order for all of them, I think Marth's story should be first. Unless they want to,
he would probably be the more famous one because he's the one they always talk about in all the subsequent games.
Yeah,
He's
the hero
the
king
hero
that
king or
everybody's
whatever.
talking about.
Yeah.
And he had, as far as I know, he had two different stories. One where before he got betrayed, and the one after he got betrayed.
Yeah. Because the OVA starts where he gets betrayed. The two episodes I saw were the one where he got betrayed, where they killed his dad in the middle of the battlefield, left him
for dead and shit.
And then he goes around the countryside, pretty much getting everybody and
getting them back and building his own army up along the way.
Yeah, and he takes his country back by force. He didn't even there was no negotiation.
And it's not like he went and found a council of people and said, "What should I do?" Nah, he had a plan. He went, he went in and ran shop.
Yeah. So
it was like, hey, you with me? You with me or not? If you with me, we rolling. If you're not, I'm gonna have to stab you real quick.
Yeah, because that was one of the trillest OVAs I ever seen, man. I'm like, dude, because it was no nonsense.
He's like,
he wasn't playing.
Like, y'all done killed my daddy. You left me out here to die on my own. Y'all thought I was just some sort of punk on the side. Like, nah, dog.
Needless to say,
when I get back, that's it. Game over for all.
Needless to say, that OVA always stuck out in my mind.
Oh, that's probably why I would like to see him done first, because he's like literally the epitome of Fire Emblem.
Basically, yeah. Basically, and therein lies the problem, of course, because like the one what's the one with Lucina? Because I keep saying her name wrong. Lucina.
She was in Binding Blade too, wasn't she?
Lucina wasn't in Binding Blade. Not Crom's
No,
daughter.
not Lucina. I was thinking
of Lindis.
Mixing them up.
Yeah.
She was in Awakening.
Yeah, Awakening. Now that one will probably be about two seasons itself in and of itself, because you got to do that whole time thing.
With that, I would like to do something interesting and actually show how events took place before she went back in time,
and then
that could be like her whole first season,
and
then the second season's after she went back and she was able to warn Crom and everybody.
Yeah, to change everything.
Yeah.
Now that one would probably that one wouldn't need to be mature.
They would definitely need to.
Not really.
I think it would. At least
what happened in there outside of the refresh my memory on that one.
As far as I know, because I gotta get myself deeper into the series because I've only played a couple of the games. But as far as I know, it's just like I'm trying to remember. It was somebody that they were close to it, like killed them and it fucked everything up.
I can't remember exactly. I remember now. Yeah, you're right. That one does do. It doesn't start off like that.
It doesn't start off that way, but if we're going to like show her history,
yeah, you would have
she basically went through the same shit Martha did, but she had time travel.
Yeah, because that's one of the reasons why she decided to look like Martha.
Yeah,
which was
I still don't get that.
I don't either, but whatever. I do like the mask. The mask is balling, but yeah.
That was just an odd choice.
Yeah, I don't try to claim to understand everything that happens in Japan, so I just let it go.
It's just, you think about it, Martha at that point should have either been really old or dead.
Should have been.
So
he should have been dead because
young person just show up claiming to be Martha. Like, isn't that motherfucker dead?
like thousands of years, like hundreds of years before.
Well, he like, I mean, we all descendants, but he should be dead.
Mark was an old man in the Binding Blade, because he was in Binding Blade, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember. I have to see.
Yeah, I'd have to look that up. I know somebody will probably correct me, but
I think he was in it. I don't think he had an active role in it. But
I don't think he had an active role. I think they because he would have been old when Roy was like, because Roy in that game was like 16.
Yeah,
doing all that when Roy's fighting, because Roy's blade is ridiculous. He don't have the falchion.
Nah.
So, that's another thing, because there's a lot of little nuance things that go on in all of these games. So you kind of have to have, you would have to have it be like an hour just because of all the nuance stuff that goes on too. as well, because it's still kind of action adventure-y.
Yeah, but
Without
it's definitely got some heavy characterization and story in it, though.
yeah, it's heavy on that. It's very much a character-driven piece. It would have to be a character-driven piece, which is why it relates so well to Game of Thrones. So,
which again, I don't see how so many people miss that one.
Yeah,
it's like we want Zelda to be Game of Thrones. No,
no, no, you don't want that. So now let's go to the live action side. Now the live action side will probably be a little bit different because we have to get people to actually at least try to look like people.
That's going to be a hell of a day in hair and makeup with all them characters with all these odd ass colored manes,
and the lollies are going to have to get cut out.
Yeah,
I know people like their lollies, but yeah, dude, we can't have that.
I mean, they wouldn't necessarily have to completely cut them out, but they'd have to really, really decrease them.
Or just make them grown women and not make them look like they're 13.
Yeah, that would work. That would probably work better.
I hate for somebody to be cast as Tiki and she still looks like she's 15. And
no, Tiki's a dragon, but we know she's hundreds of years old.
Yeah, yeah. That's all. Like, you can't have them be like that.
And that's the one thing I worry about, the scene of somebody mating with one of the dragons. Because
that does happen, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Because I forgot what that girl's name, but the spellcaster girl is half dragon. I can't remember her name. But yeah, that happens in this series.
Which is right up some people's alley for Game of Thrones. So, look, man, let's be honest, man. The reason why people watch that show is for the freaky and to see who's gonna die.
Yeah, basically.
Can we just agree about that?
Basically, and that's what they would watch Fire Emblem for.
Yeah,
they were like, "What freaky stuff gonna happen? Like, who gonna fuck a dragon today?"
Yeah, basically. It was incest on Game of Thrones. It's gonna be bestiality on.
Well, Fire Emblem had a bestiality and the incest.
Yeah, so
because if I remember correctly, Lucina does stick around. And she has to be with somebody. I just don't know who.
Yeah.
If they get to Fates. Actually, if we were going to take it, if there were some of them that were done as animation and then others done as live action, that would probably be better. Fates, I could see Fates being live action the whole fucking way.
Fates is more because Fates, yes, they do have like the fantastical stuff in it, but it's not
as much.
Yeah, it really is like a more humanized, I guess you could say, Fire Emblem game because the main character is one of the dragon clan or whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. Corrin is anyway, but really when you think about it, who else is? It ain't that many of them.
No, it isn't. But then you have the war between his or her two families. I don't know which one they would go with.
If I'm them, just so I wouldn't have to hit no SJWs, I put both of them in it. I make them twins.
Make them twins. Corrin and Karen.
Yeah, I name them both Corrin.
That would be way too damn confusing.
You want to know why?
One in each kingdom.
One of them would be still with Hoshido, and the other one would be with Nor.
This is like one with each kingdom, and they both got the same names.
Same name. Because you know what? The second you change one of them name, the second you know what's gonna happen, Andre. You
change at least the spelling of one of them.
Yeah, I would change the spelling, but I wouldn't because I don't want to sit through like I'm having to sit through with this Iron Fist stuff that's going on. 80 damn articles that don't have nothing to do with the actual damn series.
Oh, you talking about they got the Bruce Lee picture, and this is who the Iron Fist should be. Like, Bruce Lee is completely unrelated to this.
Yeah, so see that's why. See, that's why I have to say if we're gonna do something like that, and that one will probably be the better one to do, honestly. But I would have both of them in it. That would take care of the SJWs. I would name both of them the same name, just have it spelled differently, and then you can go from there. Just go from there because that way.
Which Corrin to which kingdom?
I'd probably have the boy stay with Nor, and the female Corrin be with Hoshido.
I see what you're doing. It's because of Camilla, ain't it?
Heck yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
That was too easy to pick up on because she likes to dote on Corrin. Dote on Corrin.
Hell, dude. Hey, look, let's just be real, man. A lot of us want on Camilla to dote on us.
Well, you ain't lying.
So,
well, see, and I was lucky because she was my first summon in Heroes. Like, she was literally my first summon.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, the game likes me.
Yeah. So, I mean, but honestly, being honest, the reason why I would say the boy honestly to Nor just because the way the Nor King is set up, he's too much of an asshole. I'm sorry for my French, but he's too much of an asshole.
Yeah, you can see that.
He's just too much. So, and the way you would have to do it is basically have to have, well, you don't have to do it any certain way, but you can build your story from that. Yeah.
Then we can have both Corrins. I guess you can have a fight between the two kingdoms, and both Corrins end up fighting each other.
Yeah. Some
weird shit.
And then they realize what happened and how it went down, and then they can go from there.
Yeah, so they could kind of halfway do the fates and not fates, the revelations and not revelations, birthright and conquest stories.
Mm-hmm.
It melded into the revelation story.
Basically. And boom, I just gave you 3 seasons.
Actually, technically 4.
Oh yeah, because
Revelations itself is going to need 2 seasons.
It's going to need 2 seasons. Yeah.
You gotta give 1 full season to one side and then or do half and half, like bounce episodes back for 2 seasons on them.
Basically. But here's the thing. Now here's the thing. Now the North side is clearly European. Okay. So that shouldn't be a problem, right? Casting.
No, it shouldn't be.
Casting wise, it shouldn't be a problem because let's be honest, we always get British people for everything anyway. Just go to London, you're fine. Herein lies the problem. Hoshido. Clearly they're Asian.
That's
clearly.
That's now, there's something that's going to have to be done about that one.
Now this is going to be a problem because we know how Hollywood is. They will use every excuse in the book to say, well, we have to be able to sell. Like, dude, I'm sorry, but I hate to have to be the one to break this to you. Scarlett Johansson is not Asian.
Yeah. I mean, I hope she does a good job in the movie, but yeah, that is a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, so like I said, I mean, not taking nothing away from anybody because, look, I understand to an extent, but when your character's name and nationality is said in said property, and clearly defined in said property, clearly defined. No ambiguity about it. Clearly defined.
Hollywood likes to throw that out the window.
I'm just saying. Look. I understand where y'all coming from. People who feel like you're not properly represented, or people who feel like well, if we can make Captain America black, we should be able to have whoever.
But it's not like Falcon is Steve Rogers though. He wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't. There was. Steve Rogers still existed.
Yeah. but yet still people still found a way to complain about it. So
like Falcon didn't have any Cap super soldier serum, none of that stuff. It was just that he was the person that worked the most with him. So he said, you know what? I'm old. Here, take this.
Here's my shield. Yeah. You're the new Cap. So at this point, for Fire Emblem, when you start saying Fire Emblem Fates, you gotta understand something. There is a side that is European because the North side basically deals with knights, chivalry and all that.
Yep.
Hoshido does not. It deals with
they're more samurais and
it's Asian as a motherfucker. I'm sorry. You can't you cannot cast Zac Efron as Ryoma. All right, that's not gonna work.
You might get away with it putting him on the north side though, as a scrub that just get wiped out real quick.
I mean, yeah, you put him on the north side, but you cannot put him on the Hoshido side. And to pretend like they're not Asian actors and actresses that can do that is blasphemy. Is blasphemous in and of itself.
That's a big lie. Like people complain there aren't like any new people showing up in Hollywood. Well, Hollywood has the opportunity with new properties to bring in new people, but they don't do it.
They just don't do it. And when they say something, they quickly get silenced.
Like we do not need Sylvester Stallone being the king of Hoshido.
Yeah, we really don't. we really don't need that.
When the thought hit me, I couldn't help but laugh. Just look at him with the armor and the face. Just...
Yep. But that
makes me die laughing.
But because I watch a lot of Hong Kong cinema. I watch a lot of Asian, because one of my favorite genres is actual martial arts, and I like a lot of the Dragon Dynasty, Shaw Brothers stuff. There are a lot of good Asian actors. Period. Out there.
Give them a chance.
But you have to. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to give them a chance. You can't use the excuse of, oh, well, they don't sell at the box office. How do you know if you don't actually?
I mean, who the hell knew Jet Li was going to sell if they never attempted to make a movie with him?
There you go. I mean, let's just be honest. So if I'm casting,
ooh, that just made me think. If we could find a way to incorporate Jet Li and Jason Statham, just somewhere in the lineup.
Actually, you could probably use Jason Statham as the old guy, the advisor on the north side, the general. I can't remember the general. He was the old guy, the old soldier,
the general that likes tea and stuff.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name. I have him in Fates. I just can't, not Fates, in Heroes.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking. Like if you use it for him, because Jason Statham's like what 45, 46.
Yeah, that
could actually work. Actually.
Yeah, and then had Jet Li be his counterpart on the opposite side.
On the opposite side, and I forgot that guy's name. Because they do have one for the Hoshido side. I just can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't on horseback. He was he just used a sword.
Yeah. See, this is the problem with Fire Emblem. Too many damn characters.
Yeah. Now that's another thing. Now,
but just like Game of Thrones, they can kill off a lot of those characters.
This is true, but that's also a problem because they go into people in the infantry's backstory. I don't need all that.
No, see that's where they can cut it out right there.
Yeah.
In the game, it's fine, but as far as like television or any sort of syndication, that is not a good idea.
And now, unless you're gonna have that one in there,
not unless you're probably gonna die. One, yeah. Like for the most part, they'll die, but unless you're gonna have like that one special infantryman that ends up being like Guts from Berserk, I'd say just cut it out. Just have them be there for show.
Yeah, and just focus on like the main family members, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it that way, because that would actually make the most sense live action wise. We just focus on the main family, have the other characters in there that they name, but yeah, just kill them.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's going to be somebody who's going to be mad about that because they got that one special place in their heart for that one low-level soldier that they took with them all the way through the game.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to die. That's just how it's...
Well, if you play the game, like, remember, they have those modes on that game where if you die with that person don't come back.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So, I mean, it ain't like it wouldn't be... it would be true to the game. Technically.
It'd be true to the way the game was originally set to be, yeah.
Especially with like the way they build like relationships and things of that nature. Because like I said, if you can have children in the game and the game keeps going for years and years and years,
yeah,
when you die, you ain't supposed to come back. So if that person dies, but like I said, just like Game of Thrones, you have a lot of people you can actually kill and get away with it without having to kill like Ryoma and Xander. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can get away with killing those guys instead of killing them.
I mean, look, you can even set it up so it looks like some of the main people going to die, and then one of their little soldiers jumping away and take the blade or the arrow or whatever. They sacrifice themselves.
And please, no arrow to the knee jokes.
They got to do at least one.
No, I can't.
But let's make it something else other than the knee.
Okay.
Just pick a body part at random.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to ask you about this, because you just like one of my main complaints with Game of Thrones is they don't show them damn dragons and them dire wolves enough.
No, see, with Fire Emblem, with this woven into the stories, they better show them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I understand like CG on TV shows will cost a significant amount, but at least you have to kind of show them, because it's.
I mean, even if they don't show them they don't have to show them in their dragon form all the time.
All the time.
Have to be.
That's how you can get around like the whole thing with Corrin.
Yeah,
the whole thing with Corrin. That's how you get around that. But at least at some point, that the penultimate episodes or the episodes right before the climax or whatever, we need to see all out magic warfare.
Yeah, we gotta see purple, blue, black, yellow, gray explosions and stuff all over the place, and dragons and wervins and other sort of flying creatures around, and all out war breaking loose.
Yeah, because one thing about Fire Emblem, there is a lot of magic in it, and it ain't no little twinkling of the hands.
No, these people are spellcasters with thick books.
Yeah,
and they ready to throw down when they see you glinting at them out the corner of your eye.
Yeah, so I would love to see that if it were to ever happen. I would love to see that. Now, I don't know exactly how, because it is a Nintendo property. So I was just thinking about this. I know we said like mature probably wouldn't be able to get that, just because I don't think Nintendo would go like that on. I think it would probably be, realistically speaking, it would probably be TV-14 or PG-13 or something like that. Realistically speaking.
Unless somebody can really pitch that idea really well in Nintendo, and I hope they find somebody for that.
Yeah. I mean, because being honest, I mean, when I think about it, yeah, it will need to be like a little bit like that, but you don't want to go full on, because you don't want to. The last thing you want to do is be, oh, they just tried to be Game of Thrones.
Which Game of Thrones is just Fire Emblem as a TV show.
Yeah, basically.
A lot of people don't know that though.
But yeah, like I said, that a lot of people don't know that, and the first thing that come out of their mouth is, "Oh, they just copy
a Game of Thrones." Like, have you not look at how old this series is?
Yeah,
you gonna tell me they copying Game of Thrones? Like, no, nah, bro. If anything, it might have inspired Game of Thrones. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, who knows at this point? But the thing is, I would love to see that live. Me personally, I prefer animation just because I like my video game stuff to be animated. I don't really care for live action on everything. Disney, take note. I just don't really care for live action everything. I like the animation. I will not watch Beauty and the Beast because I prefer the animation. But that being said, I wouldn't mind seeing how they would go about doing it if they were to ever do a Fire Emblem type series. I think it should be a series and not a movie, because it's too much stuff.
A movie wouldn't be worth it unless you're going to do certain parts and make it a set of movies.
Yeah, like I said, like the only way you could probably get away with it is Roy's Story, because you could probably make that a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah,
maybe
or two hour and 15-minute movies.
Yeah,
depending on what you want to go with.
Personally, I think if they ever do anything with it, it should be in a bingeable series.
Yeah. Something that you can sit down and you can watch it for a whole day and then feel completely satisfied and happy with it.
Yeah, and come back and watch as many times as you want.
Especially when you're looking for your favorite particular scenes. So yeah.
Let's just hope they don't include dragon sex. But
oh, you know what's going to happen in this one. There's no avoiding it. Because again, we got Corrin. Corrin had to come from somewhere. Somebody had to mount a dragon for that to happen.
The Queen of Hoshido. Woman. How CeeLo Green say it? Oh, she's a freak. But that being said, I would actually, in all honesty, though, I would actually love to see that being made into like some kind of a series, just because I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
just I think because I think it'll be interesting, and you can get some longevity out of it simply because the amount of story material you have to work with.
There's like 8 or 9 different goddamn stories currently in Fire Emblem, and they're making more.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can make each one of those stories at least last at least 3-4 seasons at least. And that's not with dragging it out. That's not dragging it out.
That's actual story flow.
Yeah.
Hell, the games themselves are like what? On average, like 30 to 40 hours.
Yeah. And that's if you don't do everything. That's if you don't do everything.
Yeah, well, we ain't including side quest in no TV show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure a couple of them will make it in just because, like, some of them are actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, like, some of the more, because they're probably just as Easter eggs for fans. We'll probably throw a couple of like the more famous ones in, just to mess with people. But yeah, that's what I think. I think it will work. So I would hope somebody would pitch that, especially since Kimishima has already said on multiple occasions that they're going to be doing more in that realm. Anyway, still waiting on my Star Fox and Smash Bros. Anime, Kimishima, but okay.
Give us at the very least, give us a Kid Icarus anime where we can hear Palutena talk trash about Pit like on a daily basis.
On a daily basis, and let her break the fourth wall like she's Deadpool.
He'd be like, "Who are you talking to?"
Yeah, pretty much what she does. That entire the 3 shorts that they did outside of the one with the Medusa was basically her just messing with him.
And it's so fun.
It's just like, dang, dude. I wonder why Dark Pit be calling you out.
You are stupid, motherfucker. I might have come from you, but you are dumb.
But that being said, we probably have to go into that one at a later date too. But I think that about does it for this little discussion. Like I said, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments. Do you think it could work? Are you a fan of Game of Thrones? Because I know some people aren't. If you were to pitch this idea to Nintendo, how would you go about pitching? Would you pitch live action or would you pitch animated? Let us know down in the comments. And Andre, you got anything you want to pimp out?
Nothing particular. There is one thing I'm working on, but that might not come until the end of the month because it's like a really big idea for a 2D Mario game.
That
is slightly different from what we've already had, and I think it would be worth trying. But that video is going to take me a minute to put together because I got to make some stuff for it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm making images and mixing some stuff up and blending some things. But that's again, that might not happen until the end of the month. Okay.
Well, as for me, you guys probably would know I'm gonna still be putting up gameplay of different games. Got a couple of them that I'm working on. Still working my way through Breath of the Wild, so that's why you're probably not gonna see as much because that game has been taking me over. So, but until next time, people, peace, have fun, and thanks for watching.